And allegedly, I'm live. So, this is going to be a super quick tutorial. I have already drawn this outside shed, which is this outside shed, because there's a compressor in there, and I'll show you photos of the compressor videos. So there's this Ingersoll compressor out there that the client needs approved. And try to get a serial number off of that. But yeah, that's the compressor that's in that little 6x6 thingy. So that's it. And I just got to draw the doors on it. And it's 5 feet. These are 3-inch thick walls. I drew them with lines. So I now know I have to make 2 doors that are 2.5 feet to make 5 feet. So I'm going to click and hold, choose the rectangle tool, let go. So now you got your rectangle tool. It says none up here because if you have black, it'll say solid, and it'll draw a solid black line, which you don't necessarily want. Keep that clear. Again, those pop-up windows, not sure if you're seeing it or not. So with nothing there, I can draw an empty thing. And as you see, I click once, and you can just run around, run around, run around. So I want this door to be this way. I could draw it this way, then change the angle, but why bother? So, and I could draw it this way, or I could draw it this way. So I'm just going to choose to draw it this way. So what you do is you don't click on it again. You start it, you pull out, you let go of the mouse. Now there's I'll show you right here. There's 2 things down here that are going to turn blue in a second. Because when you hit tab, notice the first one turns blue. That's asking for your A or X axis, which is left and right. And I want to make a 1-inch door. So I push a 1. See how it made the line very thin. And then you hit tab a second time, and you will choose the length, which is 2.5 feet. So 2 feet space 6, that's 2.5 feet. As you see the shape changed, you hit enter. That sets it in place. Space bar gives you your choosing tool again. And I'm just going to click on this. And when there's no snap that you changed, if you copy and paste, it will paste it right there. So I'm going to Control C to copy, Control V as in Victor to paste, and you see it comes right here. So I want to attach this to this corner and show it open a little bit. So while it's selected, I hit the letter D as in David on the keyboard. You suddenly can choose to snap. I snap it to here. You click once. Then you click on the snap and you drag it to where you want to snap it to, and you let go. Now, before you totally run away, we want this to arc out a little bit to show like an open door. And so while it's still snapped to that corner, you can hit your rotation. I double click just to make it blue. And positive numbers go left. So I'm going to give it a 20 and hit enter, which is 20 inches. If you want feet, you have to choose a foot symbol. So now we're going to do the same thing, but up here to this corner. So click on that, go into it, letter D to change the snap it there, click once. I pull out just a little bit to see where I'm going. Then you grab this snap, you drag it over to that corner, let go. Now you want to have this come out 20, we'll say. So it's still it's rotate, and this time it's going to be, no, it still stays up. It's going to be a negative number, I think. Negative 20. Let's see if I'm right. I am correct. So if it was a positive number, it would have gone the other way. Now, what we want to do is basically, okay, to make it official, I'm going to put a couple of click and hold to this semicircle, which is a 3-point choice. You click, it's on dotted or dashed lines, which is what we want. You want to click once there. That's the first set. We want to kind of find the middle point, which you can't find because there's no line there. So I'm going to hit escape. This is longer than I thought it would be. Sorry. Click and hold, choose your line. I'm going to click right where this dimension is at, and then go down, same place on the bottom. Click a second time. That sets the line, but now the line, there's a center point. So we click the semicircle. We click here again once. We click there. You see it snaps to the center point. You click it again. And then now you don't want to take off the snap, so you unsnap. And now you have much easier control of the arc, because you only want it to be about like that. Now the second one I'm going to do without the snap on, because even with the snap is not on, it'll stick to points if you hold it there for a second. See that? You click once. You bring it over here, hold it over that. You click a second time, and then you can just kind of do like that. It's a little sloppy because this little space in here shouldn't be there, but so be it. We're just showing that it opens. And then the compressor is going to go right here. So let's do this time I think I'm going to do a black mark. I may change it, but I'm basically going to draw this sucker. So it should have rounded edges. So how we're going to do that, we're going to go like this with, yeah, I'm not going to make it black. Click on it, take off the solid. And then we make a solid line. Click 1, click 2, and then click 3, that sets it. And then actually, to make sure we make the same size, we click on that shape, copy, paste. We rotate it 180, completely upside down. We bring it up here, and we want to turn the snap on. Hit the letter D. Bring it to the center, which, well, actually, there is no center line, so take it to the end, click it, drag it, snap it, and that's that. That's this tutorial for now. It was really only for adding doors, but then I went a little bit further.